Hello, welcome to Breaking Bread. My name is Chef Darwin, and here we are with another exciting episode on how to make a good, wholesome, wonderful meal for your family to break bread with and bring us all back to the table so that we can get a word from the Lord and we can talk and like we used to back in the day when I was a kid, and that's when my family would all get together and we would talk to our parents, and that's what my generation did. So, anyhow, okay, here's what we're doing this week. This week, we're going to make calzones. Okay, we're going to make a vegan calzone. Now, what we do for this vegan calzone is we have some onions and peppers. We have our minced garlic. Some of the things we already have all prepared and laid out for us. Like we chopped our mushrooms up already. We have our tomato sauce here. We have our olive oil. We have a little dish with some dough already prepared. We got that all set up. We got our pan out here getting nice and warm. And we're just going to chop up our peppers, put them in this bowl, chop our onions up, put them there. Just so we can get a little feel on how the chop and how everything's going to go in the flow for tonight. Okay? So, just because I happen to like the color orange, we're going to start off with the orange pepper. We're going to cut this right up, start chopping it up. Now, the idea when you chop up your peppers is to just try and get it a little bit uniform, so it looks nice. But you also have to remember that at the end, this is going inside of a calzone, so we're really not looking for perfection, but we are looking for something to be kind of uniform and smaller because it's going inside of something else. So what we do, we get our chopping knife and we just chop all these right up. Take just a couple minutes. Now, I don't know about you, but I remember when I was a kid. I talk about when I was a kid. And we would always used to order these. And I remember the day that I learned how to make them. Because one of the things that I always loved most of all about cooking was the creativity that it gives you. It can completely unleash your creativity. And it's a lot of fun. Because, as you can see, I went out and I got yellow pepper, green pepper, red pepper. Get a culmination of different colors so that when they all blend together, it's like a little masterpiece. To me, like my wife, for example, she is an artist. And she can draw so well. Not all of us were blessed in that area. I cannot draw. However, what I can do is I can take the same idea of colors and textures and combine them together into the culinary world. So when you tell me that I can make things look nice and I get to eat them afterwards, that's the best part of my art. And I would have to say, what you do when you make things is only limited to your own imagination. Now, we're making this with just a few simple things that are going to go into it. You can become much more complex. You can add or subtract anything that you like or dislike into the recipe. Everything can be made uniquely to your own taste, which is absolutely amazing. One of the greatest parts of cooking. It's an ever-changing, ever-evolving field. You can make something 10 times, and unless you're doing it in a restaurant setting, you can do something a little different things and tweak it each and every single time. So, as we finish up chopping these last two peppers, then we got the 2 onions to chop up, and then we move right along into the sauteing part of it. Get all that started and get it going. See if we can turn this on right now. Take our olive oil. We're going to put a little olive oil in here. Not a lot, just enough to cover it. Now, I don't do this anymore, but the way they used to test to make sure that the olive oil was warm enough, the same thing they do with the deep fryer. Take a little bit of water, put it on the end of your fingers, and just splash it like that. The water will dance, and you'll know that it is done. Go. So does anybody have any questions or anything for me while we're finishing up chopping these peppers? All right, now our peppers are all nice and chopped up. No wonder onions, these are pretty quick. Onions are pretty quick and easy, actually. Just cut them in half, then just slice them. These I just kind of rough chop. I'm just trying to break them down so we can saute them. Oops, look at that. Popped right out of my fingers. There. Chopping, really, believe it or not, is one of my favorite things to do. I truly enjoy it. Mostly because I had to do it so much when I was just learning. Way back in the day. It was the chopping vegetables for the whole day. I mean, I've seen days where I would chop vegetables all day long. That's what happens when you're learning. You got to start somewhere, and it's usually at the beginning. Now, got these things all set and all prepared. Turn this around. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take our peppers. Look at those peppers. Look how nice those are. All the different colors. It's going to be a very pretty thing as well. You know, we want our stuff to look really nice and not just taste good, but look good. Now we're going to take our onions. Probably take most of our onions right now. All of them. Yeah, you know, I'll take them all. Down. Now we'll slide these over here and out of the way. Now, we just need something nice to stir things up with just a little bit. Now, whenever I use vegetables, I know it sounds weird, but I like to use some tongs. Mostly because I can lift things up when I'm stirring, mixing them together. Helps me get them nice and blended. Now what we need to do is we need to just cook these down. It'll take a few minutes. Get a little little bit of garlic in there. Oregano. Onion powder. Quite all. Throw some of our mushrooms in here.